Alright, welcome back to Hyperhimes profile, and where today we're gonna be looking for around for many of those things as for 4 user series as well. Especially it got for 2 user comics as well, The Blinding of Isaac and Hyperhimes Dump Comic Studios. If you guys gonna be do these as well, let's start for around for the Hype Cookie Speaks like anything and for those things like anything to do so as well. And the first, we're gonna be starting Hype Cookie Speaks like anything to do this as well. It has 4 comics and like anything as well. So this is actually it's going to be for very hard and very hard to do this as well. So as we're gonna be moving on to for some sort of a productions ourselves or nothing, I'm not sure. That isn't that I just completely remembered as well. So let's start with Hype Cookie Speaks. And for the next part, for just going to be reacting for something or just going to be reviewing for many more comics as the 4 panel productions. So let's start with over here. Hype Cookie Speaks Friendly Ruins or the Friendly Runs. So, this is actually for a long talk, as the description says. For this session of this Hyper Cookie Squeaks or Hype Cookie Speaks, he talks about the pros and the cons of Friendly Run and Cookie Run Oven Break. I have opinion for those things. I have some opinions I'd like to share their website, and I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. The comments as well. Now let's start with him. That he says, I'm definitely not sure how many Cookie Run players I speak for here, but I recently enjoy the Friendly Run game mode, which is I already saw this, that I already watched this from the last year as well. The concept of being able to actually play with friend through a level, strategize or to strategize your pathing and getting rewards from it is pretty unique. Of course, it has some issues like pairing with some who's basically in another universe when it comes to their cookie levels and some connectivity issues or variously connectivity issues. However, I identify need to say this. For please for please sake that can we get some new Friendly Run combis? And I think the last one we got, what is absolutely the last one we got was Popping Candy and Shining Glitter. That was over a year ago, and which means it's over 3 years ago. I mean, even benefits, or even be fair, the newest updates devs so much potential for tons of Friendly Run combis to try. I'm not having to sound super harsh about it, so you can only play through a few new maps at a time before the game mod starts to feel stale. He was angry before. You know what? I even gave you a list of some good Friendly Run combis ideas for future updates. Delivery services, and the categories like those things, or the friends such as delivery service, tribal troops, time balance department's finest, detective duo, or detective duet. The doctors are in. Guide mates, old friends, new memories. Or like those things such as deceitful alleys, the Cateful Allies, Yogakas Icons, Spread the Darkness, Cherry Sisters, Cherry Sisters, and Surf and Turf. And probably that was pretty all about this. Let's just moving on to the next one. The next one is Hype Cookie Speaks Trophy Race. As of the description says, Hype Cookie talks about a feature in a trophy race is good for all players for the game mode. But remember, these are just opinions that are my own. You're free to agree or disagree with them. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments that he said despite the casual rage and other things that could make you upset in the game mode. I do think that the trophy race is a cookie run's way of making good competition, with Dev Sisters adding a new map every month to learn new strategies on what new cookies to use them on which level. It makes it not real feel as a stale. But least to me, the best feature they added was a safety net trophy. Losing shields was the best feature that they added to the game mode. I'm not sure if I needed to list the amount of times where in a race that I participated in which I got in a good race score, it ends up in me losing a lot of trophies. I don't even usually race to care for the amount of trophies I have. There's just lots of memories that requires that you open gold chests for rewards. But to even get the tickets to open gold chest, you guaranteed need to race. No practice mode can save you up there as well. So the fact with the Dev Sisters added the feature where if you lose trophies it doesn't matter, I think it's amazing. While this feature doesn't appear in the Masters rankings, I think it fitting because that is meant to the players who are willing to risk it all to be the very best. I know wish that you all try your best, hardest to be the very best too. That was all to do this, and especially we got for one comment as well. The next comment is going to do this as well. Hype Cookie speaks, cookie polls, and drama and ships as well. So ships is going to be for only for one thing as well. So he speaks around for the cookie polls as well. And the description says, in this section of Hype Cookie Speaks, he talks about how the unbalance or unbalance in voting for legendary or ancient cookies should lead in obvious wins, downplaying other cookies. What I'm trying to say is, can't each class of the cookie have polls based on the rarity? So, okay, let me ask you something, he says. If you were to vote for these two cookies to be put in the game, who will be more likely to win the voting contest? A large majority would pick the legendary cookie. I could see why people would choose legendaries or legendaries like ancients and cookies like that because of their story and better potential to be noticed, since there is a more limited amount of them as well. So there is more limited amount of them as well. So more of them for like those things. But isn't making a voting style, but this just is a little bit unfair. Would it be making sense for a cookie pool or poll to have a cookies class against a cookie with the same class? You know, epic versus epic, rare versus rare. Also, if you're wondering, I made this post because of the cookies run oven smash favorite cookie survey results. I'm not slightly about it, and I was shocked that I didn't see a single epic cookie on the top 5. So that was all of like those multiple of comments as well. And it goes on to the final one like anything from above. And the final thing is the Hype Cookie Speaks drama and ships. Let's just get on, and we're going to be taking off this loading. As the description is, I don't usually post 2 times in one day, but I feel as if I just needed to be posted because of this circumstances. I like those for these circumstances that are just happening. Any questions that you have for this, I'll be sure to reply to. And the first thing of this panel was says, there is a reason why I never wanted to talk about anything drama related. Not only wanted to know that I know that is I would do just cause the fire to rise even higher. But I also despise it. I'm as I roll to steer clear from any types of it. That doesn't gotta be for feeling a little bit that I'm so confused for too much. However, I feel that it's best for the for the message as well. I feel that is it for the best of this message to be out there. I'm not even going to say any specific names because this message goes for more than just one person. This literally goes to anyone or everyone on this platform, including myself. And in the end of the day, at the end of the day, we all need to act civil, or the civilization. We're in a human world, and what do humans do? We learn. A large reason of drama triggering in this internet community are questionable ships that our people trend to create, and this is why I don't make any ship related posts, because I don't want to run the risk of an accidentally creating a ship that unfits for lore as well. However, I have made comics about ships, and that I thought that there are obvious are confirmed. And yes, they are the ships out there that I obviously don't agree with because they don't make any sense story or lore wise. I mean, there is a small list that do they make any sense to you? To me, they don't. I don't even wanted to mention like unraged ship that should do be obvious. People can, or the people can have their specific fashion or the fandom lore, and their own opinions into the internet won't exist without opinions. However, the best to do this as well. However, it's the best to let someone guilty about this know and what are they doing. Maybe they haven't done research and did it because it was a big fade that others were doing. Maybe I'm not the best person to give this type of message, but we're all humans at the end of the day. We have all learned something new every day. We have all something new to learn everything for new things as well. Remember, I'm not giving for any specific stance on anything despite the current circumstances or the circumstances happening here. For now, I'm gonna be going back to what I just love doing the most, providing content for the people who loved it and try and make everyone's day brighter. And any way I can spread to this message if you want. Maybe someone else that can make usage or the usage of my random ramblings. And we got for many a round of comments around as well. So, and those are probably for all of like those things like the Hyperhimes as well. In fact, that was even for all of this as well, and that could be the end of this video. And so that was all for the 4-panel production. Nope, that was all of the Hyper speaks, or the Hype Cookie speaks as anyways. So if you're gonna be checking out Hyperhimes username or some sort of for its profile feed as well, and especially that is gonna be coming up next on October to do this as anyways. And I'll be see you in another 2 days as well. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. And the link is in description down below as well. Thanks for watching and for all your support. And this is going to be Tebo Concept is signing off. And I'll talk to you Comic Studio users and mini lads all later. And I'll be see you in against 2 days or the next 2 days as well. Pretty sure that was even the final as well.